football's second season. Celebrate making it, but now focus on advancing. Mandeville and Thibodaux meet for the second year in a row in the bi-district round, but this time the Tigers play host to the Skippers in our game of the week. Co-district champs Slidell and Salmen eye a spot in the second round, and 4 Catholic League squads look to survive in advance in the Division I Select playoffs tonight on 4th Down Friday. We kick off the playoffs in Booty. 11-seed Hahnville welcomes in 22-seed Slidell to Tiger Stadium in a D1 non-select first-round matchup. Tigers strike first. Landon Teague finds a wide-open Bennett knocking downfield, and that's a 42-yard touchdown. 7-0 Hahnville. Next Hahnville possession, Teague escapes the pocket and runs it right in for the 6-yard touch. Hahnville leads 14-0. We move to the second quarter now. Tigers just all over Slidell, up 17-0, and they build on their lead. Teague hits Aaron Williams in the back of the end zone, 15-yard score. Tigers take a 24-0 lead. Teague threw 5 touchdowns. Now Slidell would get its bearings and battle back, but Hahnville takes it 52-39. The Tigers get Parkway in the regional round. The road to the Dome starts now as prep football's second season kicks off in the booth. What up? Welcome to 4th Down Friday. I'm Ricardo LeCompte. The playoffs are a reward for teams like Thibodaux. The Tigers went 8-2 behind first-year head coach Lowell Narcisse, the former St. James and LSU star quarterback, and they get to host the first-round game against Mandeville. The young Skippers grew up to finish the regular season at 6-4. Seth Lewis is live in Thibodaux, and he'll have more on our 4th.
Hey, Ricardo, it's one thing to be a freshman quarterback starting a playoff game. I think that's an achievement in itself. But what Mandeville's Drew Kalura today was, he was a star, and a star was born right in front of our eyes. As he had 6 touchdowns in this game for Mandeville, with them being able to come out early on and get a couple touchdowns and be able to go ahead and advance. The winner of Mandeville and Thibodaux would earn a ticket to number 2 Neville next week. First drive for Thibodaux, and the Tigers are already getting tricky. Damian Robertson to Kamari Carto, who finds Kyron Foles for the 40-yard gain. And then later in the drive, Robertson, under pressure, brushes off a defender and then fires a shot to Cohen Oquan for the 15-yard touchdown. Thibodaux up early, 7-0. But the Skippers would have an immediate response. QB Crew Kalura looking, decides to call his own number like he's phoning home, and he reaches pay dirt from 6 yards out. Skippers trail 7-6. Second quarter, Kalura, who is only a freshman, looks composed like a senior on this strike. He finds Luke DeMello, who stays on his feet for the 20-yard touchdown. Mandeville leads 13-7. Next drive for Mandeville, Kalura in the pocket, and Landon Lips says, "Closed mouths don't get fed." He comes open for the big gain of 31 yards. And then later in the drive on a 4th down, Kalura scrambles, is in trouble, looks right and sees Jake Giacchetti. He then cuts inside and makes a move like MJ, and he is reaching pay dirt. Skippers up 20-7. Right before half, Thibodaux trying to make this a 1-score game and are driving. Robertson with the backwards pass to Carto, but it's mishandled. Slade Biskopovich is Johnny on the spot for the Skippers, and Mandeville takes a 20-7 lead into the break. In the third quarter, Mandeville's offense just keeps rolling. Kalura finding DeMello down the right sideline for the 50-yard touchdown, and Mandeville leads 27-7. And then later in the quarter, Kalura on the tunnel screen finds DeMello, and he is off to the races for the 70-yard touchdown. Kalura with 6 total TDs in this game as Mandeville advances with a 48-27 victory.
Preparation. I took it very serious this week, knowing we had a tough opponent, and we took advantage of it. Coach had a lot of good calls, and my teammates were getting open, and I had to find them.
His football IQ is way beyond what a normal freshman is. And his, I don't think he's scratched really where his potential is yet. He's a great player, but he's a great young man, and we were excited to have him.
And so now Mandeville will take on Neville next week. Head coach Craig Jones telling us that one advantage that they can have is that they did face Neville a couple of times when he was at Lakeshore, so he can talk to his team about that environment. In Thibodaux, Seth Lewis, WWL, Louisiana.
Mandeville knocks off Thibodaux in the playoffs again. All right, Seth, thanks. Also in the D1 non-select bracket, 20th seed Salmen hitting the road for a first-round matchup at 13th seed Zachary. Opening drive of the game for the Broncos, Jeremy Patton breaks a few tackles and takes it down the sideline. He ends up winning the foot race. Salmen trailing 7-0. Spartans with the rock now, facing a 3rd and 8 on its own 12-yard line. DeJohn Howard rolls out, tries to escape the herd of Broncos, but can't. Salmen forced the punt deep in its own territory. The Broncos would cash in on the good field position. Tylik Lewis punches it in from a yard out. Salmen falls at Zachary 48-15. The Catholic League well represented in the Division I select bracket. 3 teams earned top 8 seeds, meaning they got a bye in the opening round. Number 1 Edna Carr, number 3 St. Aug, and number 7 John Curtis all play next week. This week, 4 other Catholic League teams suit up for first-round games, and 2 playing each other tonight in Rummel and Holy Cross. This one taking place at the Shrine on Airline. Raiders leading 17-0 in the 4th quarter, going for it on 4th down, but that fumbled snap leads to the Holy Cross defense getting the stop. So the Tigers needing points quickly. Carter Duplessis guns it downfield, but the ball is batted up and into the hands of Rummel's Chris Parker, and he returns it for a nice gain for the Raiders. Rummel putting this one out of reach after that turnover. Corian Hawkins push into the end zone for the touch. Raiders shut out the Tigers 24-0. Rummel moves on to face Tioga in the regional round. Another city matchup in the first round, 17 seed Jesuit and 16 seed McDonogh 35 meeting at Pan Am Stadium. The Blue Jays dominated the Ron Eagles in the first 30, building a 40-0 lead, and then Jesuit gets this turnover to start the 3rd quarter. Cole Punky comes up with the interception, would lead to this. Brock Pruitt just muscles his way in from a yard out. Jesuit up big 46-0. 35 trying to avoid the shutout late in the game. Avery Anderson gets in the pay dirt. That caps the scoring. Jesuit beats Mac 35 46-7. Blue Jays draw top seed Carr next. 12 seed Brother Martin hosting a first round playoff game. The Crusaders facing 21 seed Liberty. Brother Martin gets on the scoreboard first. Jack Melanson takes the handoff, and he's throwing up the deuces. 23-yard scamper to pay dirt. 7-0 Satyrs. 2nd quarter now. Hudson Fields back to pass, finds Rex LeBlanc. He makes a defender miss, and he's going in for 6. 35-yard connection. Brother Martin takes a 2-touchdown lead, but Liberty would fight back. 4th quarter, Bryce Preston, the QB for Liberty, scrambles and gets into the end zone from 13 yards out to cut into the Crusaders' lead. But Brother Martin holds on for the 17-16 win over Liberty. The Satyrs draw Alexandria in the next round.